starting to get too cold to be in the pool, and it's raining, and you don't want to leave your pool outside in the backyard for the whole winter. So how do you follow it up? How do you drain all the water out of your pool? I'm going to show you how to do it right. As you can see in this picture, we've neglected to take down our pool on time. Basically started to rain, and now we're waiting for some sunny days before we start our task, because taking down such a pool can take a few days. So first tip here is don't make the same mistake. Once it's getting too cold to use the pool, use up those last sunny days. Don't wait too long, otherwise your pool will also get dirty like ours did. But that doesn't matter, we're still going to take it down and show you how to do it right. Now there are a few ways you can drain your pool. One way, if you have a main drain which has the same size connector as the pool to the filter hose, then you can use your filter with a pump to drain most of your water pretty quickly. The other thing you can do is use the old-fashioned siphon way, and if you have a small drain like my pool does, then you can use it to drain, again, almost all of the water. In the end, you will still need to use the siphon method to drain the remaining water. So you can start with the siphoning method all the way from the start if you want. I will use both the drain and the siphon method in the end, so you will be able to see both methods. First thing to do, disconnect your pump from the electricity if you haven't yet done so. Next, close both plunger valves all the way by turning them clockwise. This is a drain connector. It's the only piece that came with your pool in the box and you didn't need until now, so hopefully you kept it somewhere safe. Open the drain valve cap, and this drain connector will soon fit right into it. But before we do that, let's take our garden hose and stick the drain connector into our garden hose. Once that's done, you have to push the other side of the drain connector really hard into the drain so that the cap from the inside of the pool will also open, and then tighten the connector to the drain valve. And you're now draining your pool. Now, since we're talking about a really big amount of water, I recommend you bring your garden hose to your central sewage system. Now, it may look like the pool is going to drain pretty fast because the water flow at the beginning is going really fast. However, unlike when you fill it up, you have a constant water pressure in your pipes. When you drain your pool, you have a lot of pressure on the drain in the beginning because there's a lot of water in your pool. However, as you drain more and more, there is less water in your pool and therefore the pressure drops. As a result, the pressure in your hose and the speed with which your pool is being drained is also dropping, and it's going slower and slower. So while at the beginning it's going really fast, be prepared to wait for a couple of days. In my case, it took almost 2 days for almost all of the water to drain out. When the water level is almost down to zero, that may be a good opportunity to clean your water a little bit and catch many leaves and dirt, some of which are floating above the water and some of which are under the water. You can catch many of them at once. If you want, you can already start cleaning the inside walls of your pool. Once the water level has reached below the point of the pool outlet, you can start to take apart your filter pump. Start by unscrewing all the hoses from the pump and from the plunger valves. Unscrew both plunger valves. I'm doing it here one-handed so I could film, but you could use both hands. I think it's best to keep the washers together with the plunger valves themselves. Unscrew the strainer nut from the pool liner and remove the nozzle from the inside of the pool. And now we do exactly the same on the pool outlet side. Unscrew the plunger valve. Keep the washer together with the plunger valve. Once again, unscrew the strainer nut and remove the strainer itself from the inside of the pool. Make sure you keep all your parts neatly together. If your filter has a drain valve, open its cap so that water could flow out of the filter media. Don't forget the small hose that connects the pump to the filter. Separate the pump from the filter and give your filter a tilt to drain it completely out of water. If you haven't yet done so, make sure the 6-way valve is in the end position for storage. Thoroughly rinse all the parts you've taken apart so they'll be clean when you store them. And use a moisturized cloth to clean your filter and your pump. Back to the water. As long as the water level is above the drain, water will continue to flow, unless it will be very slow. But once our water level is below the drain, it will stop. And now we have to use our siphon method. Remove the drain connector from the pool and from the hose, and put the hose directly into the pool. You can put the garden hose on top of the pool wall, but I prefer to put it inside the drain valve so that the hose will be flush with the pool floor, and that will make it easier to handle and drain the remaining water. For the siphon method to work, the hose has to be filled with water end to end all the time. Now, one way to accomplish that is to suck on one end, but then you get all this filthy water inside your mouth. Instead, there's a much easier trick, and it's a little bit counterintuitive, because what you do is you actually connect the other end of your hose back to your faucet and you turn on the water. So you're actually filling your pool back with water, but you're only doing it for a few seconds. The only purpose is that the hose will be full of water end to end. After a couple of seconds, once you're sure the hose is full, you can turn off the faucet or just a little bit, remove the hose, and if you're like me, you have to remove another piece so that water will be able to flow out of your hose. And the only thing you have to make sure is that the other end of the hose is lower than the floor of your pool. Make sure that the end of your hose inside the pool is at the lowest point in your pool so that all of the water will get drained. As you can see, I put a rubber broom to hold the hose so it won't move. A few hours later, once that's done, you can now clean your pool and then let it dry in the sun so you'll be able to take it down and store the liner nice and clean. Now is the time to remove all the metal. Start by removing the legs. Just click on the button and the leg comes off easily. Continue this way leg by leg, going around the pool. Each time you remove a leg, push the liner inside so that the round frame with all those T-joints, when they will come down, they won't fall on the liner itself but on the ground. Removing the first T-joint is a little bit harder. You need to lift everything up and push inside a little bit. Again, click on the bottom to remove the T-joint. The liner may have stuck to the horizontal beam, so you have to a little bit loosen it. Once that's done, the horizontal beams come off very easily. Continue this way once again all around the pool until you remove all the metal frame parts. Gather all the pieces together, count them to make sure nothing is missing, and then put them away. If you're like me and you want your pool to be completely clean, flip the liner over and clean the outside and the underside of the liner as well. Once done, once again flip the pool the right way up. At that point, I recommend you put talcum powder on the inside of the liner all the way so that the liner will not stick to each other while in storage all that time. Time to fold the liner. Stretch the liner all the way and start by folding the walls of the pool liner. Think of the pool, even if it's round, think of it as if it's a square, and start by folding the opposite sides and then fold the other two sides. And now you get something that's close to a square with some rounded corners. Now pick one wall which is about a quarter of the width of the pool and fold it inside to the middle of the pool. Then do the same with the other side. Now fold another eighth of it to the middle and the other side again, so you have now about a quarter of the width left. And now those two pieces fold one on top of each other. Once done, roll them all the way until you have a nice cylinder. If you kept your original box, put it inside, otherwise store it elsewhere. There's still room left in the box to store some more parts of your pool, so do that, but don't expect to put everything back in the box like it was when you bought it. What the factory can do, we cannot do on our own, so you'll need to find some other boxes to store the remaining parts. And once you're done, you get your garden back until the next summer. I hope you've enjoyed our video. Please check our other videos as well, especially the one about installing an Intex Ultra Frame above ground pool so you'll be ready for next summer. And please also subscribe to our channel. Thank you.